A dream without a plan is just a wish upon a star, and you have no way of getting from where you are to where you want to be. And so today on June 30th, I'm just making this video to check in and say, how are you doing? How are you doing halfway through the year? How are you doing with your goals? Because my name is Andrea Eppolito. I exist to create extraordinary experiences for people who lead extraordinary lives. And despite the fact that the last 3 years, for me personally, have been tumultuous, they've been difficult. I lost my father. We had a global pandemic. Business was uncertain. My children were in flux. Everything was really crazy. And yet, if I'm being honest, it's over these last 3 years that I made the most extraordinary strides, that I not only met all of my goals, but I crushed them and exceeded them. And so the question is raised, why? I'm the one least likely. I am the person who should not have gotten to where I am. And so many of you have reached out and said, what's the secret? How did you get from where you were to where you are? And when I hear that, I think to myself, like, there is no secret. It's work. It's hard work. And then when the question was posed to me so many times, I really started looking at it and saying, what is it that I have done that is so different from what other people are doing? What are other really successful people doing that the masses aren't? And one of the most simple things that was out there, hello Nugget, come on over baby. You wanna come say hi? We have a special visitor today. Let's see what we've got. Come here, Nugget. If you have been here for a while, you know that I'm a bulldog fanatic. This is my Nugget. He looks like Stitch. That's my boy. You've all seen and met Handsome. This is our new puppy, Nugget. He's a little love, but he's loud and noisy when I'm videotaping. All right. This was actually one of my goals for the year, was to bring home a new puppy, and I did. Go play. All right, back to story time, my friends. So when I looked at it and I said, what is it that creates the difference? I really and truly believe that one of the biggest things that I do is I set visual goals. So what does that mean? First, we're gonna go back to story time. So about 5 years ago, prior to the pandemic, prior to all of the global craziness, my husband and I sat down and we looked at our life and we realized that we had the big house and we had the cars and we had lots and lots of volume and business. But when we looked at the life we wanted and the life we were living, there was this disconnect. And so after many months of talking and a little bit of fear, we decided to burn it to the ground. We sold the house fully furnished. We left with quite literally the clothes that we had and some pots and pans. We took our kids, we rented a place, and we sat down and we said, if the world was a perfect place and we get to design it, and because I'm a designer, that part came really naturally to me. But if I can design anything, what do I want our lives to look like? What do I want the days to feel like? What do each of us want? What do each of us need in order to get to the end and say we really feel good about where we are? And so we started talking about it as a family, and then I said, okay, we're gonna make a family vision board. And so I got this huge poster, and everybody got to contribute things that they wanted that the family all agreed we would work towards. So there were passports on there because I really wanted to get my kids to travel internationally. There was a house on there because we had decided that we really wanted to live in a very specific part of town. There was money because we wanted to start not only putting money away for our kids, but we wanted to invest money and we wanted to start having our money work for us. I am married to a guy who has an economics degree. It's one of those things that comes up. But there were things like my son wanted to play lacrosse. Both of my kids wanted to go into martial arts. So anything that we came up with, they both wanted to be on the honor list. And so we put everything on the board. And then we hung the board in the entry, in the pantry, where we had to open and close the door every single day. And we had to see this vision board every single day. And if you think it's a silly thing that doesn't mean anything, you are so incredibly wrong. Because every day, the first thing in the morning when I opened that up, I was visually reminded of what our goals were, that I was working towards putting my kids in a specific house, in a specific area, that my kids were working towards reaching goals scholastically and in sports, that my husband and I had financial goals, that we had lifestyle goals. And when you see that at the beginning of every day, it sets your intention. And when you go and you deep dive and you open the door again during your slump when you need to grab coffee or napkins or something to make for dinner, you're reminded to make decisions that align with those goals. I looked at that poster at minimum 3 or 4 times a day, every single day. And in a period of 2 years, we hit every single thing that we wanted. Both of my kids were in higher level belts in karate. My son had played lacrosse. My daughter did 2 seasons of cheer. Both of my kids were A and B honor roll students. My husband and I had taken them through the Mexico Caribbean Isles. We had put money away and we were finally buying our house. And so when we sat back and we looked at it, we thought, wow, we worked really hard to accomplish these things. And then we moved into our house and looked at each other and kind of were like, all right, what's next? Because the goal, the thing, the next place, that thing that you want so badly is ever changing and always evolving. And so we have made a commitment that every year we do a visual vision board for each of us. So I do one, he does one. I do mine in Trello because it's an app that I use all the time and that I open up daily. And so every single day I see it. I actually start my day when I wake up in the morning, I have a few minutes of quiet time, I have some visualization, and then before I open social media, I open my Trello app and I actually look at my goals, and I'm gonna share some of them with you, even though it could be a little bit embarrassing, but let's jump onto my computer. So this is my personal Trello board. So I have things to remember, that I'm here to live my best life, that I'm here to be happy, that it's a new year, new habits, that my kids are only kids once, and that my internal barometer means that family is over everything. I have personal goals about having a monthly date night with my husband, having one-on-one time with my kids about 3 times a year, making an effort to put myself first. I have mindset goals. I want to be really, really grateful. I want to remember that if my mind can see it, I can have it, that my mind creates my reality. And as embarrassing as it is to have that bikini picture up, yes, I have health and fitness goals. I want to be able to wear a bathing suit. I want to look and feel like my best self. I want to be really dedicated to my Weight Watchers program. It's something that I've been on for 19 years. And if you work the program works. I have business goals, revenue goals that I really wanted to hit and crush. I had things where I wanted to make money and I wanted to save money. I wanted to spend money. I wanted to travel. I have projects that I want to do. And there are a whole bunch of things that my husband and I just sit down. So this is my vision board. But this isn't about me. This is about you. And so I want to show you now what I have created for you. And something that you can go and get if you want it. I'm not here to hard sell you. If you want to create this on your own, go create it on your own. If you don't want to work in Trello and you want to work in Excel, if you want to work in numbers, if you want to do a big poster board, whatever it is that you feel drawn to, that's the place that I want you to go and work. But if you are looking for a foundation, if you're looking for a template, I do want you to know that I've got you covered and that I have one. So let's look at the template that we have. So this is a goal setting board. So the first thing that we do is how to use this template. And if you go into it, you'll see it says that you can make a copy of this template and save it as a board. That it's about reviewing each one of these lists and asking, does this topic resonate with you? Does it apply to you? If there are segments of your life that aren't listed here, maybe you're a student and you're in the middle of advanced studies and you really want to graduate with a certain GPA. Maybe you care deeply about your faith or a charity and you want to be able to dedicate time and money to a cause. If there's something on here that doesn't matter to you, take it off. And if there's something missing, add it on. We go through things to remember. These are your ultimate goals. These are the tenets by which you live your life. These are the immutable, unchangeable things that you will remind yourself of every single day when you open up your Trello board. I want you to do some mindset work. Gratitude is the currency of this world. They will say to you that when you change the things you look at, the things you look at change. And it's so, so true. On my worst day, when I thought it can't get worse, there was something to be grateful for. And that was what pulled me out. Looking for the light at the end of the tunnel, not in despair, but because I knew that if I followed it, I would get to the other side. That's what gratitude is about. It's about turning around and saying, no matter where you are, no matter what's happening, you will find that other place if you look for things to be grateful for. So I visualize 5-10 minutes a day to start my day. Every day my goal is to visualize for about 30 to 45 minutes a day. It's something that I really love. Books, reading, updating your mindset all the time. There's a section for you to go through your personal goals. What do you want from your life? What do you want for your life? What about family time? Do you have a partner or a spouse? Do you have children? What do they need? What do you need to give to them and to get from them? Do you put yourself first? Do you give yourself space in order to be your best self? There's health and fitness because you need to be healthy. You need to take care of yourself so that you can show up not only for yourself, but for the people that you love, for the people that you work for and with, for the community and the world at large, because the world needs you and we need each other. And I need you to stay with me in this community. So for you to do that, you have to pay attention to your health and to your fitness. I want you to go through your professional goals. What do you want out of your career? How much money do you want to make? And how are you going to get there? Do you have a process for work? There's financial goals. This is about making, saving, investing, spending. Money is just a tool, but it's an important tool. And everything that we do needs money. And so what do you need? What's the place where you feel free and comfortable? How much money do you need in order to feel like you can breathe and where you don't feel that stress? That's the place that I really want you to get. And whatever that number is, I promise you there is a way to get there. Because when I started out, I was hoping that someday I would make $5,000 on a wedding. Then I thought, could you imagine getting 10? And then I said, well, nobody's ever going to pay me 15. And when I got 15, I dreamt of 25. And at 25, I dreamt of 50. And then I said, do you think that there's a world in which somebody would pay me $100,000 to plan their wedding? And after I crossed that, I set a new goal, and then another one, and then another one. The number's just a benchmark that gets you to the next place. And it's not about the money. It's about what the money allows you to do for your family, for your community, for yourself, and just for the world. So I want you to set financial goals. I want you to travel. We live in such an extraordinary country. I want you to see it. I want you to meet people from different places who believe different things. I want you to expose yourself and others to the genius and the conflict and the beauty and all of the things that we have happening. And then I want you to get out. I want you to see the world because it's such an insane place. And you can do that on quarterly mini trips. You could do it on annual big trips, or you could set your sights on that big once in a lifetime trip that you just can't wait to plan and that you think about all the time and that every year you get closer until it becomes your annual trip. I want you to do project work. What else do you want to build? What else do you want to contribute? What are you passionate about? And then I want you to think about your desire. What's that secret thing that you want, that you're too afraid to ask for? Because in my life, one of the things that I wanted, but I didn't know if I could get, was the kind of relationship that I have with my husband now. It was everything that I was afraid to ask for until I wasn't. And I know that it sounds crazy. And for somebody who is a mix of a logical mind and a creative, a lot of this may sound like, I don't really know. But I can tell you this, every goal I've set for many, many years now, I have gotten with this program. There are very few things in my life that I haven't been able to accomplish, things that were truly out of my hands. I think obviously the go-to is when you lose a parent. There's really no way to negotiate or work your way out of that. But there is a way to come through it with grace and with beauty and with gratitude and with a pathway forward. And that's what goal setting has done for me. It has allowed me to design the life that I wanted, to retrofit the business to support that life. And today I have a whole new list of goals going on my board. I have a whole new set of projects and things that I want to do. And there's so much that I want to do here with you, with this community, with my friends, with my family, with my colleagues. But unless I put it on the board, unless I look at it every day, and unless I work towards it with intention, I might as well be looking for a shooting star, because a goal without a plan is just a dream. And so this Trello board, this video, and all of these resources are here so that you can go after your dreams, so you can design the world and the life that you want, so that together we can make the world a beautiful place, one business, one family, one person at a time. This has been our 6-month check-in. And at the end of 22, going into 2023, I want to see if there's a great response to this. I want to do this again. And maybe we'll go through and we'll have an accountability group, and we can have some of you in the chats and in the notes trading your particular goals and your charts, because I really think that if you have a partner and if you have a teammate, it's so much easier and it actually becomes quite a bit of fun. If you have any questions about the template, if you have any questions about goal setting, if you have any questions about visualization, please go ahead and leave them in the comments below. And if there is another topic that you want me to address, please visit andreaeppolito.com/ask. There is a form. You can type me absolutely anything. It is where I go. I pull topics from here and I use them to build this community, because this community exists for you. It's your space so that you can learn and grow right alongside me. I hope you enjoy 4th of July weekend. It's one of those great times to spend with family, friends, and really just celebrate who we are, how we got here, and quite honestly, where we are going. So until next time, my friends, celebrating life, luxury, and above all else, love, this is Andrea Eppolito, and I will speak to you soon.